As much as I like and keep saying it, this is also another disclaimer, again, for every single video I do. I'm not a pro at Decaying Winter, and I will never be the pro at Decaying Winter, but that's okay, at least I know what I'm talking about. Welcome to yet another perk guide for Decaying Winter. Today, we'll be looking at the local weeb wielding a large sword like they're in anime, the Vagabond, also known as kirito to some people. We'll be going over the pros and cons, the ability, tricks equipment to run, as well as gameplay tips to become the weeb you always wanted to be. Starting off with the pros, we have increased the melee swing speed, allowing us to hit faster and quicker with hits. We also have faster movement speed, able to speed around to loot or reposition if need be, and also increased melee damage, taking less hits overall to kill an enemy. However, on the downside, we have minus 15 HP, with our max now being 85, and reduced defense, which means things are going to hurt more, especially now that we have minus 15 HP. For our ability, we have the Nomad blade, the Kira. Pressing F will unleash a blade right in front of you. Unlike most abilities, Vagabond is one of the few that has no technical cooldown. However, the damage on the blade will now depend on the percentage you currently have on the ability, with 100% being about 65 damage and 1% being about 18. Do note that the methodical trait does not impact the damage. As the description of the ability states, if you land a killing blow with the blade, you'll be granted a singular dog tag, indicated above the ability icon at the bottom left. This is also the same thing you'll see with the Executioner, basically like that. You can redeem these for health by holding F, healing about maybe roughly 78 HP per tag until heal to full. Remaining dog tags that you have though will actually stay with you, so don't worry if you overheal. Additionally, you'll be granting some of the percentage back if you kill, give or take, and your speed will actually increase for each dog tag you have. However, taking heavy damage from any kind of scav will take a chunk of your dog tags away, so keep in mind. Traits to 1 can be dependable and fearless to reduce as much damage as you can, with some pistol scavs only doing about 2 to 3 damage to you, and impatient for an extra boost of movement speed at the beginning. However, you can go other routes such as Survivor or Tormented if you feel you don't trust yourself or die too quickly, or a gun trait to be more efficient with guns, since you're probably going to be using those more often than not. Equipment can either be the ballistic dagger, as a lot of people will say that the dagger can actually set up easy kills with the sword, which is one shove and the pressing of the F on most melee scavs, but not all scavs, of course. Or my personal choice, the throwing knives. Since the gun scavs like shotguns, snipers, or AKs can be a bother to you and can actually make you lose your precious dog tags, using about 1 or 2 and a sword can either kill, or again, two knives will actually kill a scav outright. The Vagabond is a very good solo-oriented perk, but requires much precise thinking to gain tags easily without putting yourself in too much danger and losing them immediately. And if you're here, then you probably want to at least become a better Vagabond than you already are, instead of dying early on to a pistol scav or a melee scav on night 4. First off to note, scrap basically any melee. Keep about a tier 2 at best, unless some of the other perks have a better tier of weapons. Your sword is one of the best outputs of damage, and it grants you benefits if you land kills, so really only a tier 2 is all you ever need. Shove and a hit if you don't have the dagger, and use the sword to gain tags early on, and do this for about like nights 1 to 4, or use your teammates, because these waves are especially easy, only giving out melee scavs. The later waves, however, higher threats should be able to deal with guns or your team, as taking only 1 shotgun shell will basically either kill you or definitely just nuke every single tag you have. Only go for a sword kill if you know that they're fairly damaged and they're actually reloading, because they're vulnerable. If you're going for throwing knives, you can use them to set up kills on pistol scavs from afar with 1 dagger and a sword slice. Or use 2 on threatening scavs like snipers and such. You can use 1 on a Winchester scav and then a sword, and they'll basically almost kill or kill outright. If you want to craft some guns. They're your best friend considering your reduced damage and health. Extra things to note, if there's a sovereign on the team, you can actually help them even more by creating ghosts for them, as long as they mark them with a shove or something. You can also use these ghosts for actually free dog tags as well, when they hit the other scavs. Same kind of goes for a mind flayer or a zealot. Share scrap with the team as well, since you're also going to be endlessly scrapping melees, since, again, you don't really need higher tier melees. But do give higher tier melees to other frontliners if there are frontliners on your team, or take one for yourself just in case. The Vagabond is actually very easy and basic perk to actually get the hang of, but not being careful with your health and surroundings will always let you end up dying. Hopefully though, this will help you understand the perk better and lessen your risk of dying. And again, I'll see you guys next time.